Greetings molweni, sanibonani kanzawe siphinde sinibingelele kolunye uhlelo oluyingqayizivele. It is Devon Network. I am your host Sabel Mfowandaba. Sinsizwali phansi emkhomazi. Namhlanje e-studio sivakashelwe umthobisi umfokashinga who's a spokesperson of the LLE, Labour Laws Enforcement. Ngani yakwethu sikubingelele.
Sibingelela kwanamfethu nabalaleli nawo bonke ababukelayo.
What are some of the things kakhulukazi enihlangana nazo maningena la enkampanini?
Okay, into eyenzakala ukuthi umsebenzi esiwenzayo udila kakhulu ngokungena enkampanini silwela amalungelo abasebenzi. Ngakho isikhathi esiningi into esijwayele ukuhlangabezana nawo nje enkulu kakhulu ile ekhuluma ukuthi abasebenzi abahola imali esemthethweni. eSouth Africa kune basic minimum wage eyu 31 rand 30 cents and then we find ukuthi abaqasha abaningi abawulandeli lo mthetho. Neminye nje imithetho eminingi yaka basic conditions of employment act. And also ekuyinkinga kakhulu esiyibonile ile ukuthi inkampani eziningi kwayimanje sisagcwala abantu bokufika ekuyinkinga esibhekene nayo leyo esingesikwazi ukuthi siyivumele iqhubeke sisakhona siyiorganization existayo.
Kakhulukazi le inkinga ngokubuka kwenzidalwa yini?
Okay, well into elenzakalayo ukuthi siyazi ukuthi ama companies into asuke efuna ukuyenza most of the time ukuthi enze iprofit enkulu as possible. So ngokwenza lokho bazama ngayo yonke indlela ukuthi abasebenzi babaholela imali encane kuphinde futhi kube ukuthi baqasha abantu bokufika abaziyo ukuthi bazoba exploit ababanikeza imali encane babasebenza ama hours amaningi. So by doing so lokho kugaranta ukuthi bona abaqashi bazokwazi ukuthi bathole iprofit enkulu.
Do you think the government kakhulukazi laba basesayidini la ka Labour ukunakekela yonke lemithetho, are they doing enough to address that issue?
Not at all. They're not doing enough ukuthi ba address leyo issue. Abanye sesithi mesikhuluma nabo bathi ama resources that are being provided by government mancane kakhulu ukuthi bangakwazi ukutravel all these companies. So that is the excuse that they put most of the time. Even the Deputy Minister of Labour and Unemployment in South Africa, uJomo Sibiya ukwathi uyazama uyawenza umsebenzi but it's not really ukuthi usuyefuna ukwenza umsebenzi, usuyefuna ukukhombisa njengathi kukhona into ayenzayo. So i-department nje ya Labour and Employment yase South Africa ayikho functional at all, just like other departments that exist within the GNU government. So there's nothing that they do. Into abayenzayo nje ukuthi they receive their first salaries and nothing, ayikho into abayenzayo to assist umphakathi, to assist abasebenzi. There are complaints everywhere. Ama companies ahleze complain lapho nalapho. And we also think that some of the workers, some of the workers of the Department of Labour, in particular the inspectors, it looks like banenhloso zabe zisiza basuke bezenza uma ngabe beyinkampani abantu bagcina bengasizakala.
Mawuthi akukho abakwenzayo, abanalo inbono uphiko olungaphezulu kwabo olungenza sure ukuthi they are accountable.
Okay, well in terms of the reporting procedures that have got to do with Department of Labour and your inspectors, now I would not have 100% sure, but I do know for a fact that every department does have abantu who look and check if the job is being done. People who must do oversights and check ukuthi imsebenzi iyakwazi usiyenzakala le inkampanini yabasebenzi bakwazi ukuthi basizakale nazo zonke into ekanjalo. So if bona bengawenza umsebenzi, it means that even those people who are supposed to be doing oversights and check on them nabo kushuthi abawenza umsebenzi. So that's why I'm saying that the rot starts from the position of the minister right until the lowest position, which is the inspector. So that is what the problem that we have. Hence is why we don't believe ukuthi lezi inkinga ezibhekene nabasebenzi South Africa zingakwazi ukuthi ziresolve ile ministry leyana. So that is why we have taken it upon ourselves to go and resolve these matters. And these matters, some of them don't even end up at CCMA or Labour Court. Just by speaking to umqashi uyakwazi ukuthi azilungise.
A lot of people have kind of labeled you as vigilantes, some of them, because they're saying aninayo into ephathekayo noma mhlawumbe enenza nibuke ukuthi nikhishwe kuma office athize ukuthi nikwazi ukuba nelungelo lokuthi abantu ba produce amaphepha kunini. What's your comment on that?
No, not a vigilante group. I think abantu abashona, it's people who are lazy to think, who do not understand how society functions. Because for an example, if ngingathi nje ngiyadrive manje lemgwaqweni, ngihlangane nomuntu rape intombazana, so ngizothini ukuthi ngiyadlula because I'm not a police officer. I need to take it upon myself to help that particular person. So now in relation to what is currently happening in South Africa, we have seen ukuthi abantu ababasebenzi bahlukumezekile emsebenzini. I don't have to sit down and wait for Department of Labor to do that work. I need to take it upon myself to go and resolve the issues that are there. And we've resolved a lot of these issues. Baningi abasebenzi abajabulile sesakwazi ukuthi sibasize. Kodwa kube sahlala phansi sathi no, we're not Department of Labor, or not sent from some government official office. Therefore we cannot do this. So lokho kungabe kuyi-problem, because as umuntu nomuntu okhona kwi-society kumele azame ukuthi enze some sort of an impact ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukusizakala.
Let us speak about the status of the companies, especially the one that you've attended. Are registered one, because you might find which company itself, if you could tell which it is not registered and it is not complying with the laws.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure there are some of these companies that are not registered in terms of what the law requires them to produce for registrations. But it is not something that we focus too much on. We focus on the issue of abasebenzi abasuke bebhekene at that time. But of course, as isikhathi sihamba, if maybe we find that there's a company that does not contribute to UIF, then that is where we start to check the background of that particular company with what is an issue. Then that is where you'd find out, no man, there are issues of company registration. Yeah, hence is why they don't even pay the UIF. We fight with those companies, and to some extent, they then end up being in compliance.
Iziphi kakhulu inkampani noma mhlambe iluphi uhlobo lo race kakhulu kwenizingenela elithanda kakhulu ukuqasha labantu bokufika bangenamaphepha in particular?
Well, to be honest, I've said this before, that through the work that we have done in other organizations that we have worked with, we have found that the Chinese are the worst exploiters in South Africa. Following the Chinese are the Muslims. And I've said this in another radio station, that the Muslims are the most exploited company owners. And when I say this, it is not because we are directing some form of hate to any a group of people. It is not at all. Because for an example, if I can sit here with you and ask who are the people that are in jail today, majority of them it's black people. Who are the people that commit crime, rape and what? Majority of them, it's black people. So by saying that, I'm just trying to show you that my fellow black people are not going to come back to me and point a gun at me because I'm saying what I'm saying. Yeah. But the same thing that our Muslim brothers and sisters must accept is that what we are saying, it is what we see. Yeah. That a lot of, especially in KZN, a lot of our Muslim brothers and sisters are exploiting our people at workplaces, and we cannot accept that. It cannot be accepted. And what I'm saying, it's not racism, because there are a lot of black people as well who belong to the Muslim religion. So it's not racism or any form of that. And the Chinese are worse. The Chinese are worse. In every Chinese company that you go to, there's nothing that they comply with. There's nothing at all. But then with what I'm saying in terms of our Muslim brothers and sisters who are being exploitative, I'm not saying that all of them, but it's the majority of them. So this is something that we need to look with a very close eye and see what is it that can be done, or what is it that our people have done to them to show for them to return this type of exploitation. So that is something we need to watch very carefully. We are also going to be targeting all China facilities, like your China malls, your Chinese owned companies, your factories and all of those things, because a lot of reports have came that speak about them. So in South Africa, not only in Durban or KZN, in South Africa, we are going to be pushing a very tight and aggressive attack towards those who exploit our people, and especially the Chinese owned companies.
China ise-Asia ne kuze kanjani ukuthi babe nenkampani ezingaka ezingacomply nomthetho? Would you then say uhulumeni mhlawumbe ube nesandla?
What happened is when the relationship of BRICS started, of course, there were agreements that would speak about different trades that are going to take place. There were agreements that spoke about business and how everything is going to function. So the reason why we have got a lot of Chinese companies in this manner now, it is because of those agreements that were made at BRICS, which we agree with them. We don't have a problem. But then those agreements never spoke about Chinese to come and exploit our people. For them to come and open companies, yeah, it's creation of jobs. We're very happy about that. But they must all follow the laws of South Africa that tell you exactly that this is what you're supposed to be doing as a worker. And this is what you're supposed to be doing as an employee. So the problem with them now is they're not following those laws, right? And that is where the biggest issue now starts. So we need to force them to follow the laws of South Africa, because there's nothing that we're asking them to do which is outside of the law. We're all saying, what we're all saying is that they must comply with the laws of South Africa.
Sibuyele Muslim Brotherhood. Don't you think religion at some point has sort of, given them an advantage to hire their next of kin, which in that regard you can say
not really. Okay, I do understand a little bit about the Muslim culture, and I know very well in their Quran it does not allow them to exploit anyone. It does not allow them to abuse anyone. So in terms of culture, in fact, I'm one of the people who is very close to the Muslim culture, because I can resonate with some of the things that they believe in. And in terms of the next of kin, I'm not really sure if they use that in order to employ people that are close to them, which is not even an issue at all. But I know
But let's look at how many Malawians that are working for them, for which we know that in Malawi it's the Islamic religion that is dominating there. Then it makes sense that they have most of them in their company.
No, which is a wrong thing. It's a wrong thing if they're doing it that way, because it cannot be that you are going to choose a Malawian over a South African, and worse, you are going to choose a Malawian that is here without proper papers. The religion itself, I don't think it allows anyone to commit crime, because by doing that, it means that you're committing crime yourself by hiring someone who's not from this country without proper documentation. Probably someone who might even do something wrong in the company and run away without you having to be able to catch them. So I think it's a mistake if they do it that way. But I know that their business have existed for years and years. And at that time, when they first started, or when they existed for these years, they were not hiring any foreigners, because the influx of foreigners, I think it came just after 2010, 2011. That's where we saw a bigger chunk of foreigners entering into South Africa. But before that, their businesses have been functional. They've been working properly. They've been making profit. Everything has been to the T. We don't know what happened now when these foreigners came in. So that is the problem that we have. And I keep on repeating this. It is not us being against a particular person. I saw on Facebook as well and TikTok, a lot of the Indian community, they commented and say, why are you targeting our businesses? We're not targeting any business owned by any ethnic group. That is not what we're doing. We are targeting wrong. Any wrongness that has been conducted, that is where we go to.
Would you consider this as a modern day slavery?
Absolutely, it is a modern day slavery. And in addition to this modern day slavery, kunama internships. There's something called internships, and the purpose of those internships, it is proper and correct in terms of what the law stipulates. But what is happening now is that companies are abusing these internships. So this is how an internship works. They are going to take you maybe to a company, and then teach you how to do the work and give you a stipend of maybe 2,000. In terms of the law, these internships, if there is 3 of you, you must have 1 supervisor. So this 1 supervisor will have all the time with the 3 of you, and what have you. But now what these companies have done, they take these internships and then they make these kids, or rather they make these workers, they make these learners work as normal workers without supervisors, without anything. And then after 18 months, they will kick them out and put in another group. So what do? They run away from paying the basic salary. They give them these stipends of 2,000 and 2,500. So that is what they do. And they do this mostly in the supermarkets. Your big supermarkets that you have in South Africa. That is where they do these things. And as well, we once released a statement at the beginning of the year to say these big supermarkets are giving us a problem. And if they continue to do this, unfortunately, we'll have to attend to them, because it cannot be that someone is going to learn how to pack a shelf for 18 months. It can never be. So they keep them for that 18 months because they know that for this 18 months, I don't have to pay basic salary. I'm going to pay this 2,000 or 2,500 stipend. So it is wrong. And one day we are going to be naming and shaming all these supermarkets, these huge supermarkets that do these things.
Nina njengane LLE ningena inkampani being aware ukuthi eSouth Africa kunomthetho othi umuntu obuya ngaphandle kumele invest a minimum of 5 million. To most of the companies that you went to that are owned by people who are coming from outside, did you weigh them investing 5 million within those premises?
There are very few that invest that 5 million. But as I've said, that our main focus for now, it speaks to abasebenzi themselves that are working at the company. Yeah, it speaks to that. But yes, indeed, the law says that there is a certain amount exomele ukuthi we invest in order ukuthi ube ne business la eSouth Africa. Yes.
Niphuma every day niyolwela abasebenzi. Yakhona ishintsho enilibonayo?
Absolutely, lukhona and lukhulu kakhulu. If I can show you on my phone, kunabasebenzi ababhalayo bebonga, kunabasebenzi abashoyo ukuthi ayisesizakele emsebenzini. Abanye nje ngalesikhathi usafonele le nkampani lobatshela ukuthi usibani uphuma ile laws enforcement. Give it 2-3 days ubona umsebenzi sebuye sethi hey la emsebenzi nisebenza yonke into kahle. So ufike ukufika because they know ukuthi kwenzakalani uma besesifikini. So a lot of companies have been able to comply ngathi ukuthi sikwazi ukuba force. So umsebenzi esiwenzayo nje uyabonakala. Ube bungabonakala mhlawumbe ngabe sesiyekile sahlala phansi emakhaya. But umsebenzi esiwenzayo uyabonakala impela.
You've recently, had like a very massive march ngale Overport, whereby you were entering different companies that you believe that they've hired, illegal immigrants and stuff. How far is the process now?
We are still at Overport as I speak to you. Umsebenzi Overport awubopheli because uma ngabe nenze imashi kanje ama companies asuke evaliwe. Umsebenzi kahle uqala ngakusasa.
Yeah.
Ula khona ke seniqala ke senisebenza lokho kwangempela. Ngosuku le march nje say sort of an awareness ukuthi abantu babone ukuthi yini esenza ngakusasa bese kuyaqala. So kuneyinkampani ezisithembisile ukuthi izothatha abantu zangabathatha abantu and into kanjalo nje, but we did push on Friday. Ama comrades at khona, we went to Shell Garage, there's Overport City as well, and a security company nqasha abantu bokufika, and a cleaning company nqasha abantu bokufika. So we did push. They've told us to submit CVs. On Monday kunama factory ngala se mold tiles esiwangenile nje amaningi, nakhona bakhona abantu abazoqasheka. Tuesday on the spot nje khona u5 esoqashile ongenile phakathi company. We have even the videos that we posted bese abanye abawu2 abangena icompany ethungayo yo sofa izolo besikade siyile izolo. So kune strategy esisebenzisayo that we are not going to expose for now. So today izolo ke kwathanda izulu ukuthi lithi ke namhlanje futhi besazitshela ukuthi kuzobe kusaka kanjalo. But the Overport we are not done. We are prepared to be there for the whole month because asifuna ukufana nabanye abantu abathi batholela abantu imisebenzi but asiboni ukuthi kwenzakalani. So the reason why we are still there is because we have made a promise to abantu bakuleya ndawo. Therefore we need to fulfill the promise that we have made. We understand when abantu ababegibela ngemali o12 15 rand bezela, which is about 30-50 rand if uthatha return.
Yes.
So we promised those people that we're going to create employment. So lowo muntu lowo ukhethe ukuthi agibele ezela kunothi athenge isinkwe endlini. So into esimthembise yona we need to do by all means ukuthi akwazi ukuthi ayithole.
Sike sabona ngale kwi camp ebiseshe ukuthi egcini imuvela eNorth Beach drive in more than 12,000 if not more of illegal immigrants living, for which 90% of them were said to be undocumented. Ishukuthini lento ngecountry yethu?
Good. It's very bad. I think it shows what we are not safe. Our borders are not secured enough. So leyo problem leyo inkinga kakhulu because we can find ourselves in danger as a country. There's people who enter into the country. We don't know what reasons they're entering for. Some of them could be terrorists. Some of them could have committed crimes in their respective countries, and then they come here to hide. So it's a very, very big problem that we have, and we believe that the Home Affairs should try and do something in terms of the better control, management, and all of those things. Maybe we need to move even to the stage of creating some sort of machines that are going to be working there outside of humans, because any problem ekhona khulu ibona labasuke begada kwiboard angeze isikhathi umuntu ekukhombisa passport yakhe or whatever kunikeza imali encane la akwazi ukuphuthula ukungena. Kanti if we've got some sort of systems of machines where you scan something before you enter into the country, and then it would work out much more better.
But there's a video that was trending on Sky News, which is an international prime media. For abantu nje abebezijumpela iborder like ngathi badlulela komunye umfula and stuff. Are we on that stage? If they are officials, uhulumeni at large, uyazi ngalokho kungani ngakulungisa?
I think that's the problem we have. But it's the incompetence of the government that does not take things serious. It does not focus on the issues of the country. Because even this issue of illegal foreigners, there's nothing that the government has ever said about it up until we stood up and took everything in our hands, until we went to the streets. That's where then they started to pay attention. They always behave as if they don't see things. So it's the same thing that is happening in the borders, where you find people just jumping as they please. The government is just turning a blind eye. So maybe one day we need to be there at that border. Babon ukuthi I know le lento yenze. But I just turn a blind eye on these things because we don't know. Maybe there is some benefits that they have on this, but really there's really something that must be done. Unfortunately, it has to be done by the government, and of which I think abantu kuzomela bawubona uhulumeni abanawo nanokuthi kuzomela kwenze kanjani ukuthi bawukhiphe, because abantu banawo amandla ukuthi abakwenze lokho.
Uminister waka Home Affairs omusha uSchreiber wathi usefake nama-drone lapha kubhizi lapha, but it doesn't reflect to the reality.
Absolutely doesn't reflect to the reality. A drone is not going to stop someone. You can just see them come. It's like having a camera endlini bese uzijethe camera izomvimba umuntu mezonjonje. It doesn't happen that way. You can have those drones, but you find that you do not have enough manpower that is there at the borders, that when you see someone that is jumping through those drones, then these manpower that I have can be able to capture those people. So I'm sure some of them even wanted to make money through tender processes of acquiring those drones and all of those things. So I think maybe we even need to go back and check on how were those drones acquired and all of those things. Which company owns those drones? They are made from where, and all of those things. Because what you might find might really surprise you. Because what these officials do at times, they will look at the problem, and once they look at that problem, the solution that they're going to come with, it is then going to make sure that it benefits them financially. So we need to also look at those things.
Into yakuyavela umfowashinga lapha ukuthi amasosha ayeveza ukuthi noma babona bona abantu abajumpa umngcele awanayo ipower over bona. Border Management Authority are the one that has powers. Don't you think with logo it's alarming itself ukuthi umuntu who's on the ground, who's direct on the ground, but anqindwe amandla ukuthi act?
Absolutely. Iyona futhi naleyo nto le wrong ngoba akukwazi ukuthi i-social ngathi limile lapha yalimbona umuntu eqa ngokungekho emthethweni bese kumele lime. I-social nje belibeke kwiboard ukuthi lizogada umncele, lizogada from izinto eziningi, lizogada from bona labantu abeqa. Kusho nje lawo masosha sengabona abantu beqa bephethe ibhambe sibathi no, we don't have control over this. So I think there must be some sort of integrated programs with immigration, with amasosha and everyone else. There must be a working relationship that they have between them. Ukuze kwenze sure ukuthi there is proper border control.
Ukhona umbuzo ngalapha. Yes, mhlambe shinga ama union rather njenganeyini kuyahlanganwa kubuye kuhlukane exatshwane siyazi ukuthi nibuya kuphi mhlambe yini enibheka ukuthi niyenze njengane LLE ukuthi njengoba nihlangene ni leadership ukwenza sure ukuthi ayikho into ezokwenza ukuthi nixabane nigcine mhlambe seyihlakazeka o igcine mhlambe seyisele nabanye bengasekho.
Into thina esiyenzayo njenge LLE ukuthi senze sure ukuthi sihleze sibumbene i-principle. Umsebenzi esiwenzayo is based on principle. Umsebenzi esiwenzayo is based on that we communicate whatever that we have communicated and agreed upon as the national structure of LLE, we implement it as is. Asenze ukuthi sofike sibe nesivumelwano bese kuba khona umuntu ozojika ngale khoneni afike enze ngendlela yakhe. So that what assists us ukuthi we are very very principled individuals. We have got an organization that we are running and we want to make sure that it succeeds. So once sonke silayo mentality leyo, it would make sure ukuthi wonke umsebenzi esiwenzayo intact. It will make sure ukuthi yonke into esiyenzayo it is within izivumelwano zethu nezinqumo zethu esinazo kwinhlangano. So ngokuthembana lokho esinakho, ngokusebenzisana lokho esinakho nokuhloniphana esinakho, ikona okwenza ukuthi sikwazi sibe intact and futhi kuzosisiza ukuthi inhlangano esinayo ikwazi ukuqhubekela phambili iphinde isize abantu base South Africa.
Naba ngani noma ncinci?
No. Asibangaka or angazi ngasayusa lephi igaba kodwa motsaba mhlawumbe ngathi salwa. Well, noma manje ngizoyichaza nje kafishane. I-organization ebizwa ngelakho labor buwase ngakhohlwa ngisho igama. Labor and Civic Organization. Yay right, sasebenza kakhulu. Siqhamuka from i-labor desk, very close, sasebenza kamnandi, yonke into i-right. And then kwathi mabe sekuhamba isikhathi ke sasiyibiza nge-labor desk. Some senior members of Umkhonto Wesizwe, I won't mention their names, but some senior members of Umkhonto Wesizwe, they called us, they sat down with us, basitshela ukuthi no yazi mina nisebenzisa le gama elithi Umkhonto Wesizwe labor desk. Kunika Umkhonto Wesizwe igama elicishe lingabi lihle because nina nizweni ngenanilwa nje yonke indawo. So ke abanye osomabhizinisi bakholela ukuthi ngesikwazi ukusiza umkhonto because siyawulwisa. Sathatha decision ukuthi ayinosizoba nje inhlangano ezimele nje ebizwa nge-Labor and Civic Organization igama lomkhonto lingabikhona. Being advised by those senior leaders of Umkhonto Wesizwe, they even gave us abantu abazosiza in terms of documenting yonke into. So when that happened, kwakuyimina kuMusa Mhlongo kuMlungisi Zondo Mancinza. But we must have a constitution with our own president, deputy president, full structure. Three of us. Sihlale siphinde phansi ukuthi okay no sizoplana kanje. And I will tell you something. Comrade Mancinza, when that whole thing was happening, he was very clear. He used to consult almost every day. A consultant that's every day. If kuna problem, uzofona. Even ngathiwa kunomuntu omfonelayo uMancinza mhlambe othi ufuna ukusiza kwi-organization, umtshela kahle ukuthi ngicela ukuthi ngingavumi kodwa ngicela ukukhuluma nama comrades bese ngibuyele kuwena. Uzosifaka conference calls about 3. Sikhulume sivumelane noma singavumelani. He will travel sometimes from Maritzburg eza nje ukuthi hayi lokho comrades ngifuna ukuthi sizokhuluma physical. So consult everything, I'm telling you. That start of the constitution ithina sasiyiconsulta ukuthi ama structures azoma kanjani, siconsulta sonke kanjalo. Now i-problem the turning point iseyifika la. Okay, the responsibility of constitution and also registration of ilo a civic organization again. So obviously we then agreed to okay no last is ongena sibe about 5 registration. There was 5 of us. That 5 was myself, him Mancinza, Musa Mhlongo. I think there was going to be Kelvin Kabashi, the guy who was the treasurer general. Can't remember the 5th person. I then we sit down kulokho ke ayi ukuthi kuzowenza ngaleyo ndlela. It doesn't happen that way. In December, was it December? Yeah, December, we had a sort of consultative conference, if I can call it, lapha e Garden Court. We called comrades from different provinces, ukuthi eze ayilakho, ukuthi eze kuzothulwa i-constitution, ukuthi kuregisterwe kanjani. Sathi sihleli nje etafuleni kanje, it was a 3 of us, thina nje about 3, because everything sasiyiplana kanjani. Asisendele i-constitution, mesele i-constitution, mengiyibuka, no, this is not what we agreed on. The president has got all the powers. The Secretary General, who was Musa Mhlongo, does not have a single power. There's no power of the SG. The Deputy Secretary General has got powers of the SG. He's the one osayina imali, uyena wenza ama-appointment, u-deputy lo, uyena wenza ama-appointment, uyena wenza wonke nje umsebenzi kumele wenze u-SG. So u-SG in terms of that constitution is just an admin. Admin. Then other positions are there. When what's Meskombisa, I was the first one to say no, Comrade President, no. Angbozo mele si release le ntayikho right. Sizozamutsi amend. What's nambenga nagile. No, it's fine. Aska release. We didn't release it there. Uhambe kambe isikhathi. Okay, we said there the conference we had was a very success. It was very successful. Futhi just qhubeka sisebenze nje kahle yonke into ibe right. And then while sisebenza the Deputy Secretary General, he started making remarks to ama comrades amanye who come and tell us, this guy keeps on saying, hey, I'm lento le, into yethu liyabo, into yethu eshobona, into yethu about this and that. So when things come closer by sesiyibuka with a much more closer eye, only to find out that he registered the organization ngaye, and this guy was a Secretary General who is his friend, and then other people as well.
Jeez.
So now sesiyaxaya ukuthi how kwenzeka kanjani, we don't confront him about that. Siqhubeka sisebenze. There was a program that we had eMandeni, a very huge program esasina eMandeni. Thina ke myself and uDingo Samhlongo, from since we've been in politics, we have never been office people who want to sit down. We're always on the ground. We work on the ground, we mobilize on the ground because we believe ukuthi inkinga ezikhona zise-ground kumele ziresolve-ke lapho. So this guy had to keep on making those remarks, even on our WhatsApp groups as national leadership. You know, he will try and speak his day kanjalo. We go to the president, call this guy into order. He's not been called into order. Sibamba meeting nje nayo yonke into. And uhleze ikhombisa lento. Only to find out here, looking show this thing was registered under them. The account of the organization is registered under them. So the SG, he's been left out. So it's just umuntu nje. Yet he was one of the most hardworking individual in the organization. Very, very hardworking. Even now as I speak to you, he is trying to assist one of the LACO members who is arrested. Because he said, you know what, politics, I'll leave politics aside. One of the LACO members who's arrested him, he's trying to assist that guy to be released. He's not making it public. He just want to do it. And it's not, when it's done, he won't even say it, that I'm the one who did this. A very hardworking individual being left out and pushed out like that. So I don't know, maybe they didn't trust us or anything of that sort. So obviously, in a position and then you are just being suppressed in that man. You are going to start saying, you know what, I thought that I'm part of this thing, and I'm not part of it. So he then decided that he's going to resign. And when he resigned, then other comrades as well, when they saw this, they saw it's an injustice. Then they started to resign as well. We've never spoken bad about Ilako, not even once. We've never written a statement. We've never publicly spoken bad about anyone. It's an organization that might exist. Now, muningi kakhulu, and ubamningi wawo, they deserve to exist as well. They don't deserve to die, but they are not that strong as they were before. I think one of the people also immediately like Mokete. There's a guy called Mokema Mokete, very, very hardworking guy in chairperson of the province. So so there's all the we still we call each other, we'll say hey, So there's no bad feelings amongst us. As I've said, even the chairperson of the province, there's no bad feeling, and as well other individual and comrades that are akho. Even though there's a time that they released a statement, the president released a statement, the city, what's in it? Abasebenzisani nathi or akumele basebenzisane nathi or something like that. We don't have a problem with that. And he even said on that statement, umuntu obonakale nathi. Use should say pull umthetho enhlangano something yet not asekhuluma naye. So I think it's double standards. It's not something that should be accepted. He's a good guy, but he must not do what he's doing. So you're gonna nje okwenzeka lokho in relation to ilakho.
Kunelokhu nje insolo eziningi ezake zaqhamuka abantu bekhuluma into ezihlukene ukuthi hayi kubangwa imali hayi into.
Ongabanga kanjani imali ongenayo access yayo? Phela imali yelakho ingena through membership. So you sign thola membership and then you paid that 50 rand, which engazi ukuthi mhlamba abantu basaqhubeka nokukhokha anything of that sort. So the signatories of the bank account, it's the president, the deputy secretary general, and the treasurer. USG when is not part of that. So uyayingabanga kanjani into that you don't even have access to.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was just rumors. People are going to spread rumors everywhere. They'll try ukuthi banchaye and what. It's social media. Social media ihlezi nje vele inakho ukushaya abantu there and there.
Asikhulume ngani as an exister as LLE. Nithatha phi manje?
Okay, well, thina into esiyenzayo we've got individuals abantu nje, just normal basic people of the society. Awuthi abantu aba also my business. Umuntu owazi ukuphosa uthi ayino bafethu mina ngina 100 rand. Abanye abakhona basupporta abantu abasebenzayo. So mina ngina 50 rand mina ngifuna ukugibela edan lapho ngidinga airtime nani ukwazi ukufonela inkampani ezihlukile. So vele ke into esiyenzayo thina ayikho edinga imali because uma nje bade sihambile semashini awudinga imali awutransport umuntu. Uma uzohamba enkampanini yolenkampanini ukufaka nje lo 200 rand wa petrol emotweni ufike enkampanini wenza into yenzayo uphinde futhi ujike uphinde move. So we were not asikawudingi vele kakhulu imali nje sesabantu abadinga imali for to run our programs but kuyenzeka there and there.
Asikhulume ngezinto ezenzakalayo. Does it happen that sometimes you guys are just there to shut a certain company that doesn't comply, then kube ne brown envelope eceleni?
Yeah, bakhona phela bakubazabe but it is not something that we accept because kwesinye isikhathi uthi uyakwenza lokho accept into enjalo kanti awazi ukuthi usuyazibulala wena because abaqashi obviously if ufikile uzomlwisa usuwe naye izofuna indlela uthi revenge angakwenza la ukanti is recording or something of that sort. So it is something that we are very careful of and asivumelani namuntu uthi ayenze into kanjalo ngoba if usukwenza into kanjalo umqashi into yokuqala yenza ukuhamba utshela abasebenzi because wesefuna ukubreaka ukuthi I'm big, nothing can happen. So there is izinto lesingazi accept and we always advise as well abantu esisebenzisana nama comrades esisebenza nayo ukuthi into kanjalo ningayenzi because ngeke izibulale nina kuphela izobulala neorganization esikuyona. Le organization esikuyona we are building it from scratch. Ithina siyakhaya isayingane efragile engakudinga umuntu ozoyibamba ngendlela engekho right. So into kanjalo as I've said we advise ama comrades ukuthi ningalingeke intweni kanjalo olingeke ngolunye usuku anise it's your end of your career. Olingeke ukunikeza imali la uthi uyaphuma uthi kana usebeka amaphoyisa la ngaphandle ufike ubanje amaphoyisa ekuthiwa extorting. So into kanjalo nje izinto engingamela ukuthi zenzeke for because okusho ukuthi umsebenzi esiwenzayo awukho.
Yeah, mhlambe njengoba uchaza ilakho ukuthi kune membership fee ekhokhwayo of which yiyo okholela ukuthi yenza ukuthi I survive. Are we gonna see mhlambe LLE nayo going the same route whereby abantu bekhokha membership fee so that nizokwazi nani ukuthi nisustain ngoba phela kumele nidle kumele nisonke
yes okwamanje asikako gcili kakhulu kulokho mhlawumbe mekuhamba isikhathi ke se-sports organization sey-fully fledged seyinayo yonke into seyingane ekhulile enezandla eneinyawo ezimelayo ekwazi ukuziwokhela without even us being there yabo into kanjalo sogcina siyiconsiderishile because asifuni ukuthi siqale leyo nto leyo for the purpose of only gaining money. Once isayenza kanjalo ngeyizokwazi ukuthi ibe right kuzomela siyenze ngendlela ukuthi we need to have proper structural offices in all provinces. Sibe nama office in all regions that are easily accessible for abantu whereby umuntu akwazi nje ukuhlika endaweni central just eThekwini awalk ay office. Senze sure that we have got proper legal team ekhona nje iSouth Africa yonke. Senze sure we have got ama specialist akwazi ukuspecialize in different work environments mhlambe ka construction nalapho so that uma busumuntu okhokhayo once you call us ususitshela ukuthi unenkinga ekhona sesiyazi that we can be able to assist you quickly. So ukwazi ukuthi sikwenze lokho mesilapho have a proper call center esoba nenamba yakho nje call center with abantu abasebenzayo owazi ukuthi mofonele khona even athu usemsebenzini unenkinga fonele call center same time that call center can quickly be able to get someone on the ground ukuthi akwazi assist. So ukwenza lokho kwemali uma besesifile so stage because asifuni ukuthi kubantu abakhipha imali yet asinabo abantu aba enough abazokwazi ukuthi benze eminye imisebenzi ezokwazi ukuthi ba assist. Kade ngibona nje that some people that abakwazi ukuthi ba join kwilakho abajoiniswa yimina namanye ama comrades, some of them even have been complaining ukuthi we pay 50 rand njalo ngenyanga but i-assistance asiyitholi. And nakhona futhi hayi ukuthi mabekhokha labo 50 rand mhlawumbe ilakho uyayidla leyo mali. It's not ukuthi bayayidla. Umsebenzi okhona mningi kakhulu. Ngathi ama-comrades abanawo mancane, amanye mhlawumbe abana experience ukuthi kusetshenzwa kanjani. So we do not want to find ourselves having to fall into the same trap.
We know of inhlangano ezihlukahlukene bezikhona phambilini zinkulu. Yes, they are still big, some of them, njengano COSATU ezilwela abasebenzi. But seems you guys has like come and injected a new energy, something that people have been longing for. Would you say it's a new era?
Yes, absolutely, it is a new era. Those organizations you're speaking about, or COSATU and other big unions, they are now too comfortable into their own space. Majority of them are lead to abantu abadala who have taken wrong decisions somewhere along the line, who have got their hands and legs tied. They have taken shares in different companies. They have created dirty relationships with company owners. Therefore, their hands are tied. They can't go out now and fight. Because, for an example, if uzwelinzima vave nama-shares mhlambe kaClover, abasebenzi bakaClover bese bayacomplain, do you think uzwelinzima vave uzovuma ukuthi uClover kube khona i-shutdown khona? Obviously not. Kuzoluze profit. So that's the mistake that they've made. Yes, of course they are old. So thina we've got nothing to lose. We are still very young. We are energetic. Sikwazi ukumobilizela abantu aba 5,000 bahlangane manje. Even nabo they had that power before. But because of the decision that they've taken of worrying about themselves and their stomachs and their pocket, that is why manje sebevalekile.
Asikhulume nge-political affiliation. Sinibona kuphi esikhathini esizayo?
Okay, I will tell you, we are not affiliated to any political party. There's no political party that we're affiliated with. But we are members of Umkhonto Wesizwe. I'm a member of Umkhonto Wesizwe. Majority of the people abalida kanye nathi are members of Umkhonto Wesizwe. Because angifuna ukuhlala la ngithi no, we're affiliated to Umkhonto Wesizwe. Bese leadership yomkhonto ibone bese unomvala abhale statement that no, we don't know those people. So angifuna ukuthi ngenze leyo mistake le. We're not affiliated, and there's never been a conversation between ourselves and them ukuthi you speak about affiliation and all of those things. But as isikhathi sihamba, maybe ma conversation kanjalo ayoqhamuka, so bese sikwazi ukusho ke upright ukuthi this is where we stand.
But ezinye zazo njenganalade sikhuluma ngayo, ukufa kwazo abanye abantu baye bakumatanise nayo ipolitiki.
Yes, angithi if you affiliate with a political party, kuzomela wenze sure ukuthi istand sakho si-clear. Si-clear in a sense yokuthi, let's say for an example affiliated to Umkhonto Wesizwe, for an example, there's a mayor from Umkhonto Wesizwe eThekwini municipality. And then kusasa sithole ukuthi abasebenzi baseThekwini municipality baholelwa 2,000 by email Umkhonto Wesizwe, and thina organization is affiliated to Umkhonto Wesizwe. Kuzomela sebe standpoint esihli ukuthi we don't care if you affiliated to you, but what you are doing is wrong. Now this existing organization afana no COSATU into abayenzayo, even when the deployed cadres of the ANC into positions of ministers, into municipal managers and all of those things, they don't speak out when they do wrong. So iyona into esuke seyenza ukuthi these organizations such as COSATU sebegwinywa ipolitiki in that sense, because they don't speak out. Thina if we get affiliated to any party, we'll speak against them if they do wrong. If nje benza anything ehlumeza abasebenzi, we'll speak against them. If some of them are company owners, maybe leaders of the party are owning some company, if yenza into wrong, we'll speak against that. Ngeke sihlale sithule sithi no manje ngoba kanje, once esenza lokho we are going to lose our status of independence, sisithole sebesigwinyile. So yonke kumele siyigade le.
We do understand ukuthi indima enikuyona yabantu who are doing it because they wanna maximize their profit with regards to uqasha ama-illegal immigrants and stuff. Don't you sometimes think about your safety ukuthi you might touch a wrong person and end up being in trouble?
It has happened. We've touched the so-called wrong people, but there's nothing esingayenza. Uma besizohlala phansi siba magwala sisabe kusho ukuthi isimo sase-South Africa sisoze salunga. Abazali bethu bakwazi ukulwa against the apartheid government, which was the most dangerous government. Bakwazi ukulwa nayo using stones, bejijela ngamatshe and those things. it is people, those people had the license to kill. The apartheid government had the license to kill. So if our parents, our grandparents had the courage of fighting for their country against abantu who've got a license to kill, who are we? Tina, it's just a mild thing. And all of those things, but it does not mean that no, we are not going to do anything. It is a life of a revolutionary. The greatest price that a revolutionary can pay is death. So it is going to happen at some point. But even if I sit at home and not do anything, so if we are going to make an excuse that we are scared of death, we will never have a proper, prosperous country. We are going to have a country that is like this. So we are inspired by those who have fought apartheid, who are inspired by the youth that took matters into their hands against gun-carrying men that were prepared to kill at any time and not be arrested. So today it's different. There are laws that do not just allow someone to kill. So to us, it's a much more easy work compared to those that we look upon to.
Shingakubaluleke kangakanani ukuthi morana i-organization njenga nale enirana ukuthi ube nolwazi ngezepolitiki ngezombangazwe kubaluleke kangakanani because kubukeka lezi zinto zihamba associate nepolitiki even if you are going to itole ezihlukene kwamba uthola labo bantu they are being backed or protected by someone who is a senior politician. So kubaluleke kangakanani ukuthi i-background yepolitiki ube nayo?
Kubaluleke kakhulu, not only kuthina abarane i-organization, but kubaluleke kuyona yonke South African that you must understand and you must know politics. Geopolitics, geopolitics and local politics. Kuzomele understand uyazi. Because once wawazi ukuthi ipolitiki uzokwazi ukwenza ama decisions are right. Uzokwazi ukubona government more wrong, uzokwazi ukubona government ifukuqambela amanga. So what the ANC has done, they've tried to depoliticize the youth by all means possible, because if they depoliticize them, they are going to be blinded and not be able to understand what is happening in society. So there's a word that they always use, abati. It does not matter ukuthi wena ipolitika ulithandi, kodwa ipolitiki liyohlezi line impact empilweni yakho. Let's go for an example. There's a fight between Iran and the USA. Ekuyiyona cause ukuthi petrol no diesel wenze njani unyuke. So wena if ungena ndaba nepolitiki, upetrol uyanyuka. Awunandaba na uthi unendaba noma unane indaba. But if all of us can understand ukuthi kwenzakalani in the country, we'll then be able to take proper decisions in terms of who should lead the country into a proper and correct direction.
South Africa, kakhulukazi kulomkhakha enikona, there's a lot of exploitation. Abasebenzi abaningi, abanye bayalimala, bahlele emakhaya, imali zabo bakaze bazithole. Abanye bayaqhashazwa on daily basis, bethola imali ezingalingani ne-amount yomsebenzi abawenzayo.
Yeah.
Do you think that needs a revolution? Do you think that needs a political solution?
It needs a political solution, right? In fact, not that much. It just needs the government to make sure that these companies comply with these laws. But if that political solution in terms of the government making sure that they comply does not work, it will then require the workers of South Africa to stand up, unite, and fight against the government. Because these workers are taxpayers. These taxpayers are the ones that contribute to the economy of our country. By the contribution of the economy of our country, they make our country a better place. Therefore, it cannot be that they are going to be abused without anyone having to protect them. There are laws that are there that are meant to protect them. But those who are supposed to enforce those laws are not doing it. So if there's a political intervention, let's say, guys, we as the government, let us make sure that we've got all our people, our inspectors and everyone else to resolve these matters.
Yes.
If that does not work, the people must stand up. They must stand up and they must make sure that they take everything upon themselves and they mobilize, unite, and make sure that there's a proper change.
Would you attest to abantu abathi ukuba baningi einkampanini kwalabantu bangaphandle abangenawo amaphepha kuyawisa umnotho because ababhenki and abakhokhi intela?
kuyawisa kakhulu umuntu okufika if ezohola u6000 mhlambe imali esale South Africa u2000 kuphela weba ukhokha irent endaweni encane ukudla they don't even angazi noma bayadla noma angazi ngibone bedla laba abantu so wathengele izinto lezi ezincane and then u4000 uyahamba uphuma ngaphandle no uphuma ngaphandle
stolen money, right?
Yeah, so the money does not circulate amongst us. Imali nje iyathathwa yonke iyaphuma ngaphandle South Africa, which is a big of a problem. Kanti mekuyi South Africa nesebenza la iyayithatha imali ikhokha rent uma stand usenemali uma stand ukhokhela ingane school fees. Futhi South African iyahamba igibela taxi meyiphuma emsebenzini ihambe kusho ukuthi taxi driver, taxi owner sekunemali all of so the money is able to circulate amongst us. But kodwa laba they keep that small money and send it into their own countries. Abanye begodu bephindiswe move. Abanye bebehlakaniphile. Bawufika makuba kunezitezi because bebehambisa imali. Kenziwa yonke into kube right. Bawufika nje abanye banemizi ba right bese kuba ke laba mhlamba bawulahla ke emndeni yabo. Engisho mhlamba ahlala emgwaqweni kanti. Yeah.
Sesivala nje. The time behamba iningi labo. It has been said goodbye Sabenza. They were even labeled hard workers. But we saw a lot of them vulnerable, can't even afford themselves to go back home. Ukusho ukuthini ngabantu ade bebaqashile?
No, lento yokuthi ba strong and all of those things, it does not exist at all. It doesn't exist. As I've made an example, I said to you, the influx of them came 2010, 2011. Kale, before 2010, 2009, kuzangala, South Africa had one of the best economy. It had one of the best economy with South Africans working. An economy that was producing with South Africans working, without them. Now they are here, the so-called hard workers. Look at the economy of the country. It has never recovered. It is bad. So why would you say that they are working hard? What is it that they do that we cannot do? We are able to bring about 4,000, 5,000 people in a match to say, here are these people, they want jobs. Let them work. So it is just a myth. It is something that is being used by the company owners so that they can make an excuse as into why they don't hire South Africans. So that's a problem that we have. What would make you couple all South Africans and say all of them are lazy? It's incorrect. It does not exist. There are companies that have got South Africans only without foreigners. Toyota has got South Africans only. It's functional. Other big companies in South Africa, Coca-Cola has got South Africans only. What is it? It is functional. It is making profits. So what?
It's growing as well.
It's growing. It's become bigger and bigger. The banks in South Africa. The financial sector in South Africa has got South Africans, no foreigners are there. They are being functional. So what is it that South Africans are lazy about? So it cannot be. Max Steel, it is a company that requires you to be physical. It's South Africans only. So what do you mean that South Africans are lazy?
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all.
LLE in 10 years time.
I think 10 years is too far. By next year, it is going to be the biggest organization that fights for the rights of workers. By next year, towards just the end of the next year, all these things that I was speaking to you about offices in different provinces, about different specialists, by next year, end of the year, we would have made progress in what I'm speaking about. We are not creating an organization that is just going to be there for months and years and then it gets to be done. We want to create something that we're going to leave for the generations that are going to follow us. We want to leave it behind for them. We wanted to make sure that it is a dog watch for all of those who abuse our people at workplaces. So as people see it now, they must know that it's going to exist forever and forever. This organization is run by intellectuals, people who've got an idea of what needs to happen, people who've got a plan of what needs to happen in the next year. So by next year, you are going to see it. If you go to Johannesburg, you're going to find our offices. If you go to Limpopo, you're going to find our offices. We plan every day. On a daily basis, we plan this. So that is what we don't hope to achieve. We know we are going to achieve it. So that is our line of march. And definitely by next year, if I come back here, I'll be going to telling you a different story in terms of the growth that we would have made.
It's 20
It's the people. That's our strength. That's our strength. It is the people, the mobilization power that we have, the minds and the thoughts that we have. That is where our strength is. That is where our strength lies. The honesty, that is where our strength lies. Yes.
Makungafika intwana ka Oppenheimer noma ka Rupert ithi gqi 10 minutes ngeke nyakazi.
It's 10 meter. I no ngeke.
Okay.
You know, I can tell you we've been offered imali there are a couple of millions.
Really?
Yes. There are people who have come and made those offers to us. We said no. My man, we are still young. We are very young. That 10 million, maybe in the next years, I can be able to make it through business and all of those things. So it would be nothing. Yeah. So at our age, if maybe I was 50, 60 years, those offers that we have been given, maybe ngabe sawatat. But now we are still very young. We want to leave a legacy. Yeah. When our kids see our graves, they must go there and salute and say, yeah, this man was the best of the best. So that is what we want to build, a legacy, not only for ourselves, but also for the people of South Africa, also for abantu who follow us in general, abantu who believe in us. So at the age that we are still coming. All of those who are older than us who always point fingers and say, these guys are rude, what. They must know nature is going to take care of them and bury them. We are still going to be in existence, and there's a lot we're still going to do.
So in companies, yes,
we're definitely coming. All companies must be ready that if they are doing something wrong, they better put their houses into order, because we don't care who you are, we don't care who your father is, we don't care who you know. We are coming to all companies that exploit our people.
Abafuna ukunithinta abanthola kanjani ku social media?
We are on social media. Our Facebook page is Labour Laws Enforcement. We are also on TikTok, LLE, Labour Laws Enforcement. Those are the two that we use at the moment. If you have got cases that you want to report on Facebook, utungena jekon. The details are all there, where you send WhatsApp, email, and all of those things. But siyacela futhi kubantu ukuthi we have got umsebenzi omkhulu. So maningi ama cases angenayo. So if ubona kungaphendulwa noma ini kanjani, just be patient. We are going to reach you ekugcineni.
Do you take donations?
Do what?
Do you take donations?
Yes, we do take them, but we don't want to take them from companies. We want to take them from individuals. Umuntu uzofika athi bafowethu nangu 50 rand nakukuthi. We don't want to take from companies, because ama companies zona eswalwisayo. Uma ngase nje kusasa kufike nje yiphi inkampani, kufike nje inkampani enkulu ethi bafowethu siyawuthanda umsebenzi wena niwenzayo, sicela unikeza nangu 5 million nikwazi usinyosebenza. Singawuthatha sithi ayisiyabonga. Nakho uzathola lo muntu wenza genuinely. 2-3 years down the line mabe sesifica ukuthi kunenkinga lapho, so wenza njani? Uzothi niyazi into enganinikeza yona yini manje inkinga yini, sekwenzakala kanjani, sesiyalimala. So asifuna ukulimala, sesigadile ukulimala. Ngoba ngisho they have offered, big companies have come and offered us, say guys, we like the work that you'll do, hey, we want to give you so much. Hey, okwamanje we don't want to be captured, because some of them come with this thing of wanting to capture us. Yes,
it comes with conditions.
Uthi hayi okwamanje phela ngakutshela ukuthi ngizokunika lokhu, kodwa uzokunikeza nje. Hayi ke linda kube khona into ongenzakalayo. Usuyolebe ucabanga ukuthi manje ngizokwenza njani? Bana abasebenzi bathi ndoda iyake.
Mhlambe nje ngiyazi ukuthi sesivalile shinga, kodwa ngifuna ukubuza lento. It's very important. Niyafika ecompany or whether it's a supermarket.
Sure.
Athi uboss wakho na why nina nifuna ungivalisa la, kade kufikile akhola okade kufika labor desk ngafike ngayinika esincane, why nina nifuna ukungivalisa bona sikhulumile saxoxa nabo. What do you do in such instances?
Siyabatshela phela ukuthi asifani nabo thina. Asifani nabo. And the fact ukuthi case isuke esithini sazo report kusho ukuthi laba bafikile eqale nabayiresolve ngecase. So obviously if umqashe kunikeze something, that case is not going to be resolved. Hence is why basebenzi bazobe sebeyajika mhlamba ajikele kuthina. Bese sifika umqashe ethi nginika ubani ukuthi nganika ubani ukuthi hayi sesakutshela asihlangene nalokho thina. Thina desifuna ukuthi wena uresolve inkinga semsebenzini. And ngizokutshela something that is very painful. Uyazi ukuthi bafike bakofferish. Uma bongayivumi lento abayishoyo, the next thing is to kill you. yonke elandelayo leyo nto bakuthatha umphefumulo but hayi sisithembile khona umveli enqanga khona amadlozi ayosivikela
Yeah.
sinazo futhi izinto esizivikela ngazo ungathi utshele ukuthi uzothatha umphefumulo ucathi uzoza ngekhala obona nje nawe umsho kubona mesikama machine ukuthi akusiyo nje into ezovela yenzeke kalula ucazoyenza kalula no
Kophela inhlaba.
kophela inhlaba ayeke ivele yenzeke kalula.
Ngani zakwethu umthobisi Shinga a spokesperson of labor laws enforcement. It is Durban Network. I am your host Sabelo Mfowandabase. Silvala njalo uhlelo lwakho lithanda kakhulu. Sithabake babonana baphinde babona. Danko.
Hammer,